Now we will see how to stitch the chudidhar top. Now join the lining and the main cloth. Start the stitching from the top. While stitching, check the marks that have been made at the time of cutting. The side mark should be at equal. Now you are seeing the side marks have been equal. Now till that point or side open point, check the cloth. Now check the cloth. Now after joining the both side lining, now join the sleeve portion. Place the lining cloth inner and fold the cloth. Fold the cloth towards inside. Make the straight stitch. This folding should be 0.75 inch only. This is the method after joining the lining piece. After joining the lining piece, and the main piece, one is for back part and the front part and the sleeve side. Now take the neck pattern, take the neck design, cut the extra piece, leave only half inch at the neck side outer. Take the back neck, leave only half inch at the neck side, leave only half inch at the neck side, leave only half inch at the neck side. First fold and stitch the parts. Fold and stitch the parts. Fold the half inch portion with the canvas. This is for front neck design. Fold and stitch the design. In the corner, maintain tucks. After stitching outer, stitch the inner portion of canvas. This stitching should be at the canvas piece in the corner. This is because while stitching this paper canvas design, pasting will open up. While stitching the neck design, if the canvas open, we cannot get the perfect finishing of the neck shape. So we are making a stitch before the stitching. Now in the back piece we are making the stitch. Now in the back piece we are making the stitch. Now you are seeing after the stitching part. Now you are seeing after the stitching part. While stitching the neck piece, we want to stitch very slowly. This shape should not be changed at any cost. This is for back neck. Now make the front neck piece and front part. Maintain the center. Maintain the center of the fabric and the neck piece. And now make the stitch in the neck piece. This stitch should not touch the canvas part. It should be down from the canvas position. It should be down from the canvas. This stitch should not bound the canvas. while stitch. This stitch should not bound the canvas while stitching. Now the cutting pieces are ready to cut. After stitching the neck design, cut the inner piece by leaving half inch from the stitching. Leaving half inch from the stitching. Like the same method, cut the back portion also. Now cut the pieces have been cutted out. Now the back piece, leave half inch from the stitching part. Next stitching part, leave half inch. Please remember that the stitching should not be on the lining piece, canvas piece. This next stitch should not be on the canvas piece. Cut the small marks in the neck pieces. Cut the small marks in the neck pieces. Now rotate the canvas into the inside. Now we can get the neck shape. After rotating the neck piece, press the neck design with the fingers. Press the neck designs with the fingers, and then place the stitch, and then place the stitch, and then place the stitch according to the neck design shape. After stitching front neck, this is method to stitch back neck. Place the front and back shoulder at the same point. Place the front and back design with the same point. Place the stitch in the machine with stitching gap. The stitching allowance in the shoulder side is half inch, and in the neck side is 0.75 inch. It should be crossed. In the shoulder side half inch and the neck side is 0.75 inch. Maintain this. See the finishing. Back neck and front neck shoulder finishing should be same. Make the reverse stitch while starting the stitch. Make the reverse stitch while ending the stitch. Now on the another side, once again you are seeing, place the finishing part of back neck equally to the front neck side. This 0.75 inch in the neck side and 0.5 inch in the armhole side. Now make a straight stitch. Now make a straight stitch. Now the stitching have been completed. Now rotate that piece. Rotate the canvas into the front side. Rotate the extra canvas in the front side and make another stitch the canvas part to the front side. So because the shoulder finishing can be perfect finishing on the neck side. Once again we are showing, fold the canvas. Once again we are showing, fold the canvas. Now fold the canvas into the front side and make the reverse stitch, and make the reverse stitch. Now rotate the back neck. You will get the back neck design with the perfect, without any cloths. The stitched seam should be on the back side while stitching. stitch very slowly the neck part thing. Stitch very slowly while stitching the neck piece. Stitch very slowly the neck piece. Now the next side finishing is finished up. Now the back neck finishing have been finished. Now take the sleeve part and join with the body piece. The sleeve part front side should be on the front piece of the body piece. Sleeve front should be on the front body piece. The 1.5 inch center mark should be equal. The center the center of the body and the sleeve should be equal at the time of stitching. Now we are stitching the another side sleeve. The body center will be at back side. Now we are seeing the body center will be at back side. While stitching because we have decreased the back armhole and we have big armhole in the back side. Now after stitching, mark 1.5 inch. Take 1.5 inch overall from the sleeve. Till to the bottom, till to the side open. Take 1.5 inch. On the another side, take the same 1.5 inch. Take 1.5 inch. This is the allowance point. This is open point. Now make the reverse stitch and start the stitch along with the shape. Reverse stitch and start the stitch along with this shape. First stitch very slowly according to the step by step method. After that, you getting the method, you can stitch very fastly. First time if you are stitching very fast, then the finishing will not be perfect. First learn the perfect method and then stitch down. Another side, start the stitch from the top and finish it from the bottom. After stitching this, rotate the piece. After stitching this, rotate the piece. The lining piece will be balanced. We'll fold the lining piece and make a stitch at the lining part. Now you are seeing the bending part will be balanced, so stitch that part. on the four sides. Stitch that part in the four sides. Now after stitching this, now we want to stitch the side folding. Fold the cloth into two. Start from the bottom. Now you are seeing method to folding the stitch. You are seeing method to folding the stitch. Make the stitch very slowly, and the stitch should be very straight line. Now stitching on the first side. Stop the needle, lift the piece, and then fold the another side like this method. Fold the another side like this method. Place the foot, then make straight stitch, then place the needle, lift the foot, then rotate the cloth, then fold the cloth into two, then make the stitch. The center open should be stitching like square type. The center folding stitch should be like the square type. Stitch very slowly. This stitch should be very straight line. The up and down will not be will look fair. Now one side stitching is finished, the another side stitching. Fold the cloth and place the cloth in the foot. Stitch slowly. Stitch slowly the design. Stitch slowly the design. Stitch slowly. Stitch slowly the design. Now lift the foot, rotate the cloth, lift the foot and rotate the cloth, fold the cloth and then rotate the cloth, fold the cloth. For the each side, the side piece should be as square type. In the each side, the side piece should be as square type. Make the stitch very slowly and straight. For stitching chudidhar or for stitching blouse, machine is not a matter. You can stitch on the umbrella machine or the small machine or in the power machine. Whatever machine, very slowly stitch still the control of a machine comes to your hand. Now for the bottom folding, take 0.75 inch. For the bottom folding, take 0.75 inch. For folding 0.75 inch for folding. Make the mark in both sides of front and back. Front and back, mark the points. Mark the marks at both sides. Now fold and stitch the stitch the bottom folding part. by start the reverse stitch. Stitch very slowly. Fold the cloth very slowly and stitch the parts. Fold the parts and stitch. Now the finished dress stitching have been finished. This is the stitching method of dress, chudidhar dress. While after stitch, the neck, back and front neck should be capped evenly. Sometimes the neck will be at one side, so that finishing will not be set perfectly. Now the gap, sometimes like this type, neck will turn around. This is because we are, while stitching the neck or any item, we are not maintaining the center, so that the stitch will be at one side. Now the finishing, neck finishing have been shown. This is the dress stitching method, chudidhar top stitching method.